Cher. She's been walking in Memphis, you know. It is 7:09 and it is getting brighter this, cloudy Sunday morning. We'll have a full weather update for you as I have a little bit of a stretch. There we go. We'll have a full weather update for you at around just before 7:30 this Sunday morning, and also just at around 7:15 we'll find out what is happening on the roads and the railway tracks, which links in to this particular story this Sunday morning. This week, the government revealed that rail fares could rise by 3%, which would, of course, stretch the pockets of hard-pressed commuters even further. At around the same time, a possible solution to stem further price rises was proposed by the Transport Secretary, Chris Grayling. Unions say it would result in their members being less well paid, and with those arguments and the crisis over train timetables and cancelled services, commuters are more likely than ever to be feeling hard pressed. And we're not really talking about prices and tickets today, but what we are going to be finding out more is about the work of the Railway Mission. Now, good morning to Michele Ashton, who is a railway chaplain from the Railway Mission, a Christian charity which covers Cambridgeshire and provides assistance to commuters and staff on the railways. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, while we've mentioned are headline grabbing, and of course people, like I've said, people are going to be furious because they have to pay more. It's not so much that we wanted to talk about. It's more about the situations that you, as a railway chaplain, faces and what you most commonly encounter and have to deal with.
Well, there's a lot of people who work in my area. There's thousands of people, and the main part of my work is affected because there's over 300 people a year who unfortunately lose their lives on the railway. And it's like an atom bomb that goes off for the number of people that are affected, from the train driver, the driver manager that comes out to support him, and then there's the network rail staff who check the infrastructure and the train for damage, and then there's the British Transport Police who come down and check whether it's a crime scene or whether it's actually a suicide. And lots of people are involved with these atrocities, and then if it's at a station it can affect the railway workers on the platforms in the station, and of course there's the passengers on the train and also in the stations. And then from there there's the bereaved family members that are involved. So each one affects a huge number of people, and that's where the majority of my work is involved in supporting each one of those people who's affected by these atrocities.
How do you provide that support?
I ring everyone up, as many people as I can, or I offer support through management and offer the support over the telephone or one-to-one, face-to-face over a coffee, or as they're working, if they're still back at work. The majority of drivers take several weeks to get back into work, and in fact some can't even get back anywhere near a railway station again because the trauma is so horrendous what they have to face.
Do you, obviously your role is as a chaplain for the Railway Mission. Mm-hmm. In an increasingly, or as we're being told, increasingly secular world, but most definitely multi-faith world, do you tell these people that you call up to provide support to about your faith? Is this about faith, or is it about providing support? And is there a difference, really?
People do know I have a faith and that I'm a Christian. The word chaplain means that anyway, but we are in a multi-faith environment, so anybody who works on the railway or is affected by these atrocities, whether they're Jews, they're Muslims, they're Hindus, or they don't even have a faith, that doesn't come into it when I support somebody who's been affected by these things. I support anybody who is traumatised by these issues.
Do you find that you come into contact with commuters on a regular basis rather than at such a, or not not only at such a traumatic time, but other situations? Are you coming in contact with commuters then?
I come in contact with commuters every day because I travel on the railway every day. And so obviously as I'm waiting for trains, I'm meeting passengers, waiting for their trains, and also as we travel along together, I'm rubbing shoulders with still thousands of people every day.
Just how stressed are people having to commute?
Well, they do. They talk to me about how they're feeling and the frustration that they're feeling. But I also see the frustration that they take out on the railway workers that they're seeing regularly waiting at the stations, checking tickets, guiding them onto the trains. And that's the support that Railway Mission is a confidential, independent pastoral support to the railway workers who are taking a huge amount of frustration from passengers. The aggression that comes out is quite horrendous, really, because obviously people want to show their aggression to somebody, and unfortunately the people who can't do anything about it are taking the brunt of it.
And with that point being made, how do you help somebody who has to deal with very aggressive, very angry, very stressed out commuters every day?
I am with them as they work. I stand with them as they're taking the abuse. And when the people have gone and moved on to their place of work, I'm there for them to tell me how they're feeling. Again, offering a confidential, independent pastoral support to them. And that is the key for Railway Mission as a railway chaplain. Nobody knows what that person has said to me because it's confidential. And I'm an independent person. I'm not employed by any rail operating companies. I'm employed by Railway Mission, so I'm separate from anybody connected to them regarding management. And that's the key, is being alongside them as they work.
Michele Ashton, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Michele, as she says, is a railway chaplain from the Christian charity Railway Mission.
BBC Radio Cambridgeshire.
Talking of railways, Hawker Sam, what's happening on the roads and the railways this morning?